Yo, what's up, guys? The Insane Game Freak, yeah. Bakuman episode 15 review. I'm not. This review may be a little short just because there's really not that much to talk about. Really, all that really it boiled down to happening to me personally was just the beginning of the episode is to reiterate the fact that what happened last episode about them doing mainstream manga. Hattori goes through Ejinizuma and Mashiro go through kind of like this conversation where they kind of exchange like the fact that they're rivals and that they will come up and catch each other and they'll compete to be the best #1 manga and how they're doing battle stream and then mainstream battle manga. And then after he leaves, and Tori just goes and explains the necessary components of a good mainstream manga, like how you need a heroine, main characters, fights, villains that are actual likable, emotional scenes from comedy to sadness, and just a good all-over compelling story. And that's pretty much what happens as far as that is concerned. And then they kind of, after they leave, they all leave at the same time, actually. Eiji Nizuma and Saigo, but they go their separate ways, and how Eiji Nizuma pumped to have like a rival, quote unquote, and he's looking forward to seeing them more often. He's looking forward to their next work and seeing what's going on. And then you have, and then it's kind of a midpoint because you find out halfway through the episode that it's been a year. In the course of 13 episodes, it's been a year. And I haven't really thought about that, but it's been a year. But this episode kind of focuses more on Azuki in a sense because it kind of cuts over to Azuki, and apparently Kai is visiting Azuki at their townhouse with her mother and her sister, and it's kind of like this cool interaction. I like Azuki's sister, and she's kind of nice, and she's cute and shit. Her mom's really weird, but I like her anyway. And how Azuki's kind of like, it makes sense because the shit Azuki's facing is that she's a normally quiet and timid girl. And voice acting, you can't be quiet and timid. You gotta like project and like yell and shit and just get the voice out there. And she didn't. And as we found out the other episode, she failed her first audition. So the second, I think, in the way they bring, I think she failed another one. I'm not 100% sure. So I think this is the third audition she's going for. And like she starts to lose confidence in herself. Like, am I really cut out for this? And she goes downstairs while Kai is talking to her sister and her mom about her boyfriend Takagi and Mashiro and how they're working so hard to become manga artists and to strive to be good manga artists and just how focused they are on their dream. And that kind of inspires Azuki. So she goes back upstairs and she practices, and they even go with a little montage with her practicing, which I thought was kind of cool. Along with, and then after that, she actually goes for the audition. And we find out, and then it cuts back to Saiko and Shujin, where it's like, they're reminiscing about the whole, it's been 1 year, and then they start getting back to work while Shujin's still thinking up of like a good name and a good story for it. And that's really what it is. I mean, this episode felt like filler in some level. I like the shit with Azuki, but I don't know, a lot of it felt like filler. But anyways, so that continues. And you keep going throughout the episode, and Saiko gets a message from Azuki saying that she got the role. So yay, Azuki, she got the role. She's going to be like the small part in an anime, but she will be voicing a character, and it's awesome. And Saiko's kind of getting impatient because they're taking a step forward to a dream, but he's getting a little worried and impatient at the same time. And he kind of takes her back like, congratulations, even if you do become a voice actress quicker than I become a manga artist, will you please wait for me? And she gets mad because she's like, dude, I've already discussed this to you. I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait. It's all good. If you send me a message like that next time, I will not text you back. So it's like their little mini argument. And it's weird how they can read each other's feelings through text. I thought that was pretty cool. So anyways, we're about at the end of the episode where I didn't really get what he meant when he said this, but I think he was like saying, he's like asking Shujin if he's an M. Because he really likes Azuki, but he just doesn't miss her like he thought he would. And Shujin's like, well, he's probably the same way. because you two are so closely in tuned and shit. She's like, you're probably not an M, you're an N. It's like an N. It's like, why an N? It's because N for a narcissist. And I thought that was funny. And that's pretty much the episode. As I said, it's not really a lot to go on. It was kind of like, it wasn't, I don't know, they kind of made Azuki, it's like they tried to focus on Azuki, but they didn't focus enough with me, so I'm like, nah, it kind of felt like filler. It honestly was a step down from last episode, I'll say that much. I wasn't really, I will say, I like Azuki, I like the more interaction they did with Azuki and Kai went to go visit Azuki, that was kind of cool, but honestly, it's not that, it felt like filler. And I think it is filler. Because at the end of the episode, it said something about how this was filler and that that the anime is still around volume 3 in the manga. That's apparently where it's at. So I was like, damn, that's, yeah. So apparently we're not that far. Apparently, I guess this is their filler. The filler's alright. It's just kind of like wishy-washy, kind of boring on some level. Probably out of all 15 episodes, this is probably the worst. I mean, but it's filler, so I'm not shocked that it's the worst. I mean, if it was canon, that'd be a different story. But from what I hear, this is filler, and you can tell because they focused on Azuki for filler, which really worries me. I don't know if everything's filler in this episode, but I heard I heard that this episode is mainly filler. Honestly, it's a good. I'm looking forward to more canon. I need canon. I don't know how. This episode's only going to be like 25 episodes from what I hear, so I don't think there's going to be another episode of filler. Probably next episode will probably be more canon shit, which I'm looking forward to because the plot didn't really move along at all. It was just kind of like they were thinking of an idea of a manga. Azuki got it. I think that part was canon. The shit with Saigo and Shinji I think was just filler. I'm not 100% sure, but it's kind of half and half. I want to see what Kaya ends up doing with her life. Like, what does she want as a career? I mean, she got time. I mean, they're just now in high school, and it's only been a year. But, half and half. Sorry, this review is kind of like, man. It always was like, man, because the episode was like, nah, fuck it kind of episode. But I guess the title of this episode would just be Azuki and voice acting. Azuki, the voice actor. Oh, no, the voice actress. And we'll just leave it at that. But anyways, guys, that is my review for Bakuman episode 15. Tell me what you thought about the episode in the comments. I thought it was, man, and fuck it kind of episode. It's like an episode I feel like you could skip because there's not that much that happens, but it depends on what episode 16 is. But anyways, that's my review, guys. Life's a game, play to win, and I will catch you guys late. I think I did it in a review already. Later. Keep on drawing.